Meat on Drugs is the provocative title of a new Consumer Reports campaign focusing on antibiotics in the food supply.
The meat and poultry business is America's #1 user of antibiotics. The new report argues that public health is being put at risk. Urvashi Rangan is Consumer Reports Director of Consumer Safety. We're pleased to have you here.
Thank you so much.
So tell me about antibiotics. I mean, how does it get in the food supply?
Well, we use actually about 80% of the antibiotics we produce in this country every year on animal production. And the misuse of antibiotics is what's leading to this public health crisis we essentially have now, which is bacteria are becoming more and more resistant to antibiotics, making it harder to treat diseases in people.
So you shouldn't use antibiotics?
No, you should use antibiotics for treating diseases, but do you need it to feed it to healthy animals every day to promote growth and prevent disease? We don't think so.
So therefore, when farmers use it, you would do what?
When farmers use it, they use it to promote growth. They use it to keep healthy animals healthy, especially in industrial scale confined animal feed operations. But it's really a sort of artificial system, and what we don't see going on is the bacteria on the farm becoming more and more resistant. And when that goes downstream and a consumer is exposed to that later on, they can get a disease that is resistant to being treated by antibiotics, and it can become harder and harder to treat those diseases in people.
So it's not necessarily the issue with the antibiotics in the meat that we're eating, but it's more the broader effect.
That's right. The primary issue is not the antibiotic on the meat. We have withdrawal periods. There should be minimal residues. It may be somewhat of a problem, but the main problem is what's happening on the farm to the bacteria and later on downstream.
So you did this study. You sent your secret shoppers out to hundreds, right, of different stores to look at different meats. So if you're concerned about this, can you buy antibiotic-free meat?
Yeah, we actually visited 136 different stores in 23 states, and we looked at over 1,000 products in those stores that were marketed as being raised without antibiotics. So it is available in many stores. It's not available in some stores. But what our consumer poll showed is that 86% of consumers want to be able to purchase meat produced without antibiotics.
So they want it to be available. Is it much more expensive, though? That's always the concern with these things.
It is, and what's very interesting is we found meat that was comparable in cost to conventional. At times it is a little bit more expensive, but there's no question that consumers are willing to pay a little bit more per pound. For pork, it's estimated to be about 5 cents more per pound to produce without antibiotics. For chicken, less than 1 cent a pound to produce without antibiotics. This is something we can afford to do, and it's already being done. We just want to see it happen all the way.
Good to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.